Hey folks, it's a man once again. Hope people are enjoying their Labor Day weekend. I don't know when this will be posted, but basically what I've been doing is watching a few films, including these two films. That's right, Rapid Fire and Stone Cold. So I'm going to review both films, and I don't know in what order I'll upload them, but I'll review this one first. Rapid Fire. Starring Brandon Lee, Powers Boothe, directed by Dwight H. Same guy who directed Marked for Death. I believe that's the Skull film he did. He also did Halloween 4, which I think is a pretty solid sequel. But Dwight H. I think he also directed the very shitty Anacondas, the sequel to Anaconda, The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. That was a pretty bad film. But Rapid Fire, it's a story where Brandon Lee is Jake Lowe. He's a student, he's an artist. A few years ago, his father, who worked for the military, was, I think they were in China, and it was a rally that shit went wrong. And one thing led to another, his father was killed. His father, I think, was trying to save someone, he got killed. And there's like some people who are trying to say, hey, talk about what happened. He's like, that's bullshit, he died for a cause, and it's a bullshit thing. And like he's drawing in class, and the woman, it's an art class, the woman he's drawing invites him to this party. And of course he gets there, and it's for those same guys trying to get him to talk about what happened at the rally a few years ago. While he's at the party, you're introduced to this, you have this mafia guy, and you find out in the first scene that this mafia guy, actor's name is Nick Mancuso. I think he's like Chicago mafia guy. He supplies he deals out heroin, and heroin dealer overseas, Tao, they've been working together, and this mafia guy Nick Mancuso plays, he sort of, he doesn't have much money left, and they're trying to fuck with them back and forth. So Nick Mancuso, the mafia guy, is talking with this deal like, you're going to give me a percentage. And the guy says no, calls him a guinea, tries to kill him, and then Mancuso shoots him with a shotgun. He flies out a window, and basically Brandon Lee sees what happens, and now he's a witness, and they try to kill him. And, solid beginning action sequence where Van Damme God, why was I thinking of Van Damme? I wish Brandon Lee had the career that Van Damme had, in which it was a lot longer, which I'll get into. Because I think Brandon Lee would have been better than Van Damme. Yes, I said it. Brandon Lee has good charisma, and he has the fighting style, and of course the son of Bruce Lee doesn't hurt either. But Brandon Lee, he shows his moves, like there's a guy coming down stairs, he kicks through the stairs to beat the guy up, he goes under a table, kicks the table up to deflect the guy, breaks his arm to make the guy pop the gun up and grab the gun. He's fighting with the guy on this catwalk, he gets his leg grabbed, but he does and they both fly over. He's able to get outside, get to his motorcycle, and they do sort of a replay of that scene in Police Story where Jackie Chan has a motorcycle, hits a guy, and they crash through some windows or some glass. Same thing here where they go through some glass, compartments, glass displays. Well done action sequence, and he gets arrested. And then basically, like an artist, of course, which is good that they showcase he was an artist, he's able to sketch who he saw kill the guy, And always Serrano, he's this big mafia guy, and the feds say, you don't play ball with us, or basically we're going to blackmail you and say you were doing manslaughter and assault and stuff, so he has to help them out. And I think in the beginning it takes place in LA, and then they fly into Chicago as a witness. At the same time, in Chicago, you have Powers Boothe, who's a cop, and one of the other cops is Kate Hodge, who was in Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, among a few other films. and they're Chicago cops, and they have these wiretaps, and they've been after Tao, the big heroin dealer who's working with this mafia guy. Long story short, Brandon Lee is put into this protective custody by these feds, but two of them are bad, and they gun the third one down, try to kill Brandon Lee. And this is definitely one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where he beats the shit out of these two guys. One's trying to get through the door, he keeps kicking it and breaking his fucking nose. The guy tries to go back, he kicks it again, right on his nose. I love the usage of the kitchen tools, especially the refrigerator. Like, he's running, he almost gets hit by a gun, almost gets shot, I should say. Running towards this other guy, and there you have the fridge, and then the top fridge. And one move, whew, slams the fucking freezer door, boom, right in his face. And again, well done, well choreographed action sequence in which he stabs a guy, kicks him through a window. Kate Hodge is there because they, through the wiretap, heard what was happening. That, you know, there's witnesses in town. He puts her hostage and lets her go and runs away. Doesn't know who to trust. This one Fed guy says, "Hey, meet me here in Powell's Boothe," and the cops wiretap the Fed guy. Realize that Fed guy's dirty. So Brandon Lee's about to meet this Fed, and Powers Boothe saves his ass, and you have another decent action scene with some ending with Powers Boothe in the car with Brandon Lee, and he must have an automatic shotgun because he shoots, and he doesn't ever pump it. It lists as a pump shotgun, but I guess it's automatic. Blows up a car, hits some people in the car. Well done. As the movie goes on, he basically, Brandon Lee's between a rock and a hard place. There's not much he can do, so he has to work with Powers Boothe. And there's sort of an attraction between him and the policewoman Kate Hodge. And there's little moments where sort of Brandon Lee sort of looks to Powers Boothe as not like a father figure, but remind him of his father. You know, someone who really believed in their work, believed in their cause, stuff like that. And Powers Boothe says, "Maybe I'll meet him one day." And Brandon Lee, of course, his father's dead. He looks at him and goes, "Yeah, maybe you will." So he did some decent dialogue. But as the movie goes on, I love the sequence where they go to the Fed that set him up, and, you know, Powers Boothe's like, you know, take it easy, we don't talk to this guy. He's like, okay. Comes in, really beats the shit out of him. Powers Boothe is at the doorstep, like. And Brandon Lee's beating the shit out of this guy, push him into the fucking glass and shit. And Powers like, okay, you know, calm down, knock it off. And they set up this meeting in this restaurant, and you get, I think, the best action scene of the movie, where things go wrong, the dirty Fed gets killed, cops are shooting inside the restaurant, Brandon Lee hits the main guy, and then Mancuso, the mafia guy. And you get really good choreographed martial arts sequences, you know, picking one guy here, doing a boom, with both feet planted, pushing a guy down the stairs, or off, not even down the stairs, off the balcony, having to slam down, beat the shit out of people, dodging shotgun shells. He's in a chokehold, and there's a guy coming. He does this great flip, boom, right behind the guy, and then boom, puts a big hole on the guy at far end. Fights this big heavy guy, uses some techniques, hitting him in the leg, using his knees, hitting this like a pillar, bringing the whole thing down on the bad guy. He's able to kill most of the bad guys, and the bad guys are actually taken to the cops as well. You know, there's a van that gets blown up, or like a armored car that gets blown up because one of the bad guys unleashes like this. It's in a sheet, and it's like one of those type of guns. And Brandon Lee has one mafia guy say, okay, you know, you didn't see anything, right? I'll let you all have all the money. He goes, not the face, and boom, hits him right in the face, and then bam, right with his elbow. And I like the little detail they didn't miss where, you know, on the other shot you have blood on his elbow. Those little things can really sell the effect.